Hey guys, today we're going to be writing expressions or learning how to write expressions. So let's just go ahead and dive in. Before we do that, I have a do now for you that I want to look at. So we're identifying the terms, coefficients, and constants. Pause the video, see if you can do it. So I'm going to go ahead and start right off. I'm looking for terms, and I know that terms are separated. They're like words in a sentence, and they're separated by operation signs. So that means that this is a term, 9h plus 2 is a term, 8/9 p is a term, and 1 is a term. All three of those are terms. How about coefficients? The coefficient is the number that's in front of a variable. So I have 9 as a coefficient and 9th as a coefficient. We have two coefficients here. Finally, what about constants? Constants never change. So as far as constants, I've only got one, and it is literally a 1. So let's look at this one. This is a blast from the past. Write the expression 7 times m times m times m using exponents. Well, I have my 7, and we learned that 7 times m is the same as 7m. How many times am I multiplying my m? 1, 2, 3. So I can write it as 7m cubed, or 7m to the third power. That's the exact same as multiplying my m 3 times. Let's move on to the lesson. So up here, guys, this is an algebraic expression. That right there. This right here is also an algebraic expression. But what about this? This is not an expression, it's an equation, and the difference is the equal sign. That's it. Expressions don't have equal signs. Equations do have an equal sign. Equations are balanced. What I have on this side needs to equal what's on this side. So moving on, can you, now that you understand the difference between an expression and equation, can you write an algebraic expression? Let's go ahead and try it. So I have a couple of steps, and they're not too bad. First of all, let's read very carefully. Reading's very important here. And you're kind of going to be like a detective. So 5 more than 10. 5 more than 10. Well, step 1, look for clues to determine the operation. More than. That sounds pretty easy to me. If I say more than, I know I'm adding. 5 more than 10, just adding. So let's go on to the next slide here, if we can. Oh, goodness. Do our plus down here. So our second step here is to place the values, value means number, into the expression. 5 more than is plus 10. That's all there is to it, folks. And we have written an expression just like that. Oops. Try and get us to the next slide if I can. There we go. Here's example 2. 3 fewer than 12. Hold up there, folks. This is actually really important. If I have a fewer than, this than right here actually reverses the order. So that's super, super important that we recognize that. Fewer means subtracting, but the than, I'm reversing this order. 12 goes in the front. And if you think about it, it makes sense. 3 fewer than 12, 3 less than 12, we'll have to say 12 minus 3 if we want 3 fewer than 12. So hopefully, if you say it slowly, that will start to make sense to you. Let's try one more here. The product, hopefully you know that product is multiplication of 2 and a number. Uh-oh, a number. Do I know the number? I don't know the number. So if I don't know the number, I'm going to assign it a variable. How about we call it n? Divided by 10. So we've got the operations. I've got the numbers. I've got variables. Now we just need to put them into an expression. Product of 2 and a number. I can say 2 times that number because that would be the product. But since I'm so good at algebra, I'm going to just write it as a number and a variable. So a coefficient and a variable, just like that. This means the same as this. So 2n, the product of 2 and a number, divided by 10. And just to switch things up even more, there's another way I can write this. I can go 2n over 10. So these are the exact same thing, and you need to remember that whenever you see a fraction, it is the same thing as a division problem. I believe that's it for this lesson. Let me go one slide and check. Yep. So that's it for today, guys.